Penguin Random House Audio presents Cancer is Complicated and Other Unexpected Lessons I've Learned. This is the author, Clea Shearer, with a letter written and read by Maria Shriver. Note to listeners, this audiobook includes a downloadable PDF which contains the section, Okay, a Few More Things, from the printed book.
Dear You, years ago, these words attributed to Rumi found a place in my heart. Out beyond ideas of wrongdoing and right-doing, there is a field. I'll meet you there. Ever since I read that, I've cultivated an image of what I call the open field, a place out beyond fear and shame, beyond judgment, loneliness, and expectation. A place that hosts the reunion of all creation. It's the hope of my soul to find my way there. And whenever I hear an insight or a practice that helps me on the path, I love nothing more than to share it with others. That's why I've created the open field. My hope is to publish books that honor the most unifying truth in human life. We are all seeking the same things. We are all seeking dignity. We are all seeking joy. We are all seeking love and acceptance, seeking to be seen, to be safe. And there's no competition for these things that we seek because they are not material goods. They are spiritual gifts. We can all give each other these gifts if we share what we know, what has lifted us up and moved us forward. That is our duty to one another, to help each other toward acceptance, towards peace, towards happiness. And my promise to you is that the books published under this imprint will be maps to the open field, written by guides who know the path and want to share it. Each title will offer insights, inspiration, and guidance for moving beyond the fears, judgments, and the masks we all wear. And when we take off those masks, guess what? We will see that we are the opposite of what we thought. We are each other. We are all on our way to the open field. We are all helping one another along the path. I'll meet you there. With love, Maria Shriver.
For my mother, who gave me strength, courage, and love. I wouldn't be here without you in more ways than one. Prologue. Everyone says it's a journey, but no one says where you're going. If you're the type of person who likes having control over a situation, cancer is not the disease for you. The organizer in me had a hard time understanding how quickly things could change, hour by hour, day by day. Whether I liked it or not, and I did not like it, I had to relinquish my desire to manage the process and trust the process instead. This book is called Cancer is Complicated because my journey has ranged from uncomfortable to comforting, unbearable to doable, isolated to embraced, and scared to confident. Cancer is not just one thing or one experience. It's layered and nuanced and certainly full of surprises. Above all, it's not linear. It's called a journey for a reason. There isn't really a beginning or an end, but we take the ups with the downs, the wins with the losses, and we fight like hell the entire time. Before I dive into my story, I should give you a little background on who I am. My name is Clea Shearer, hi, and I am best known for co-founding a company called The Home Edit with my best friend, Joanna Teplin. We started our business as strictly in-home professional organizers, just the two of us. That business evolved to multiple team members across multiple cities, social platforms with millions of followers, 3 New York Times best-selling books, a Netflix show, and a line of organizing products in countries all over the world. In August 2015, Joanna and I began building this business like it was a child we were raising together. And we took no breaks from the work. Speaking of children, I also have 2 of them, and they are not business related. My daughter, Stella Blue, and my son, Sutton Gray. I would have none of the above without my husband, John Shearer. He will come up quite a few times in this book, and for good reason, because he gets 10s across the board. Way back in the summer of 2021, Joanna and I were asked by Netflix to appear on a ridiculous show called Floor is Lava, a giant version of the kids' game in which you have to navigate an obstacle course and fly through the air on a makeshift trapeze to avoid falling into the, quote, lava, which in this case was a viscous slime the consistency of honey. We, along with other reality show personalities, would compete to see who could stay out of the goo the longest. Spoiler, it was not me. While trying to jump from one piece of floating fake furniture to another, I wiped out and went under. I had to throw out my clothes and take 3 showers in the studio before leaving the set. But I also had to get into the shower as soon as I got to the hotel to keep scrubbing. As I lathered up, I felt something on my right breast. Or did I? I wondered for a second if it could possibly be, but no, of course it couldn't. I was just being paranoid. It didn't hurt, and it wasn't a big lump or anything. Breasts are lumpy in general, and I tend to be an overthinker. To counteract that, I said to myself, Clea, stop it. You're fine. Then I went back to removing the weird honey slime and forgot about it almost entirely. Back then, I didn't understand how fast cancer can grow and how little decisions, like dismissing what feels like a lump rather than seeing a doctor right away, can dramatically change an outcome. We all know how prevalent breast cancer is and the stats that come along with it. 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed at some point in their lifetime. But what I came to learn is how quickly the course of your life can change forever by not taking every preventive measure possible. Looking back, I don't want to believe that I was feeling a tumor that day in the shower, because that would mean I could have gotten screened in July 2021, and maybe most of what followed could have been avoided. But I can't dwell in regret, and I can't consume myself with questions that can't be answered. All I can do is focus my energy on telling you what happened to me in the hope that it resonates. Some of you may have just been diagnosed. Some of you may be in treatment. Some of you might be survivors. And some of you might be partners, friends, or loved ones trying to understand the path ahead. However all of us got here, we're in a club we never asked to be a part of. If you've received a diagnosis, I hope hearing my account will provide some companionship and solace as you navigate this new reality. If you have a loved one dealing with the disease, I hope this will give you a sense of what they're going through and the best ways to help. And to those who cancer hasn't yet touched, I hope this book will give you a sense of what so much of the world is dealing with at any given time. The good news is that a few months ago, I rang the bell, the symbolic end to cancer treatment. I want to acknowledge that not everyone gets to ring the bell, because for some, cancer treatment never ends. If you were fortunate enough to commemorate the end like I was, ring the bell for everyone around you too. It is not lost on me that I am one of the lucky ones. I received excellent medical care, and it worked. But make no mistake, I am still very much affected by this disease. It's taken a permanent toll on my body, and in some ways, it's completely remade my identity. Living with cancer isn't something I would recommend, but in some ways, it's changed me for the better and taught me lessons I otherwise never would have learned. One thing. This book focuses on my experience with breast cancer, but I hope my story will prove useful to people dealing with all types of cancer. Many cancers will involve treatment via surgery and some combination of chemotherapy and radiation, or one or the other. Sometimes doctors may offer you chemotherapy via pills. Oral chemotherapy might be given in addition to or even instead of an IV in certain circumstances. Other types of treatment might include receiving a stem cell or bone marrow transplant, or immunotherapy. What I hope everyone can relate to through my own account of having cancer is that this journey encompasses a lot of twists and turns through hills and valleys. There are physical discomforts and pain, mental anguish, and fears and worries. Yet at the same time,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?